Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to be doing some comparisons between the Lectric Xp Step-Thru and the original Lectric Xp. Now we're going to go over some measurements here and some of the key differences where I think that many of you that are on the fence about which one you should order, this is going to probably help you guys in maybe making that decision based off of a few key features that are different. Now obviously the first main difference is it's a Step-Thru. It's a lot easier to mount and dismount this bike. For lifting your leg up over. It has an 18.5-inch step over height, and we're going to be comparing it to my original one that I've had now for about 9 or 10 months. So now one of the main key differences other than the step over height is that the pedals and the cranks do sit lower on this bike. And basically what that means is if you currently have the original XP and someone short in your family has tried to ride this bike, if they had to put the seat all the way down and they felt like they were crunched up and couldn't get that full leg extension when the seat was down, this is going to help with that. Now the seat height on the Step-Thru, the minimum seat height is the same as the original XP. However, with these pedals and the cranks being 2 inches lower, it is going to help you with that pedal extension and be able to feel more comfortable when you're sitting in a lowered position. So let's go ahead back over. I'm going to put this bike side by side with mine and do some measurement comparisons. If you guys find this video helpful or entertaining, please hit that thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment below. It really helps my channel out. Let's go ahead and get into it. Guys, I got the two bikes side by side here, and this is what y'all been waiting for. Obviously the main difference here is the Step-Thru, the step over height on this bike. When I measure, I get around 18 inches, and on my current bike it's just a hair over 25. I would say 25.5 inches on that. So there's a 7.5 inch difference between the original and the Step-Thru. Now one thing to keep in mind, a lot of people asked what the minimum seat height was on the new Step-Thru. Now it is exactly the same as the original bike as far as minimum seat height goes. But like I said, the one thing that is better is that the crank arms and the pedals are 2 inches lower than the original. So when you're sitting on this bike, if anybody shorter in your family has tried to ride this bike, if they put the seat in a very low position and found it really tight to pedal and felt like they weren't getting enough leg extension, that is going to help you out here because the pedals are down lower and you're going to be able to get a longer leg extension while sitting lower to the ground. So that is one key feature on the Step-Thru versus this. Now with that being said, I have noticed that the center of gravity is a lot lower. It's a lot lighter in the top, if you will. The bike seems a lot easier to maneuver. It doesn't seem so top heavy. So my wife says that she likes it better than mine because she feels like it's easier to control. Me personally, I don't have a problem on either bike. I do feel the difference though when you get on that versus getting on this, as far as the heaviness of it. But that again could be because I have a lot of accessories on my bike too here, so there is some added weight there up high. But for the most part, she does like the Step-Thru a lot better as far as being able to control it. Now, if you guys have seen some other videos, you know that she also has ridden this one a good bit when we were on the bike trail, and she has not had an issue with this either. So I mean, she can ride either one, but she does prefer the Step-Thru over the original. Another thing that's nice is all the accessories that I have on my bike will work on hers, so I already know what works for me. I could go ahead and purchase what she needs, and that's nice that everything will work exactly pretty much the same. One thing I did get, guys, that I'm really excited about is this Rock Bros bag. I put that in my original accessory video, and I'm going to probably be doing a full-on review of just that bag because I like it so much. It is definitely way better than my other bag, but also way more expensive. But this thing is awesome. A lot more room. If you could travel around, and then if you need more room, you just fold the panniers down, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So you can see you can still use the side pouch for storing stuff, but panniers fold down, and it has this on, which I put underneath that derailleur that holds that down. And then you got a bunch of storage in here, which is really cool. And I actually have a couple things in here. I actually have some straps and a net and stuff like that, but that's really awesome. And you can also use the panniers that you can get from Lectric with this bag, and this is just extra. So you can put the original panniers underneath here, and then if you need more room, just fold this down and you have a ton of room if you're going on a long ride, or if you don't want to ride with the original panniers but then need more room during your ride. So if you guys are interested in any accessories that I have on my bike, as always in all my videos, I'll put links to everything that I recommend and use in the description down below. So make sure you guys go ahead and check those out if you guys are interested in any of that stuff. Now, one other main thing that is different on the Step-Thru model is the design of the battery. It has more of an angle where the joint goes together versus the original that is more straight up and down. So they had to design this battery a little differently, and the battery from the XP Step-Thru will not work in the original XP. Now, I was kind of hoping these batteries would be compatible. That way, if you wanted to buy just one battery, you could buy one and then interchange them between the two bikes. Or if you had each of these bikes, you can use, if your wife or whatever wasn't going riding with you, you could take her battery along with you and get double the mileage in yours. That is a little bit of a bummer in my opinion that they couldn't make these compatible, but I'm sure it's an engineering design that they had to make that joint that way to make the bike stronger. So that may be one of the considerations if you guys are considering in ordering both the same bikes or one of each. That may be a deciding factor for you if you want the same battery to be interchangeable between both bikes. I also thought it would have been a cool idea if they could have made the battery the same as the other one and maybe put like an adapter on the end of the XP battery to get that angle. That way it would still be interchangeable but slightly different. Just a thought, not sure if it could have been done, but that would have been a pretty cool design if they could have done that. All right, now let's go over some of the features that are the same. Now, pretty much most of the stuff on this bike is the same as the XP. The 500 watt motor is the same. The Shimano Tourney derailleur is the same. 7-speed Shimano gear shifter. The display, the controls, grips, stem, seat, rims. I mean, everything else pretty much is identical to the original XP other than those few key features. That's awesome that they kept everything, the rack, the fenders, everything, and the design of it makes them look pretty much similar. You could tell that's the same brand, which is pretty cool in my opinion. One other difference, the Step-Thru comes with a shorter seat post. It's a 31.8 by 400 millimeters, and the old one came with a 31.8 500 millimeter seat post. And the difference in why that is because this tube does not go out the bottom. It actually goes down to the top tube bracket, so it does not come down through like on the original XP. All right, now let's look at these bikes side by side here, and sometimes this is deceiving depending on camera angle, but you could tell there's definitely a big difference in Step-Thru height between the two. All right, so I moved over to a different part on my patio here to see if it made any difference as far as angle or slope on my concrete. This is a little bit more level here, but you could see here the difference. And like I said, camera angle is going to play a big part in what this looks like here. Obviously that's going to look like it has a bigger, higher step through. This is pretty much straight on here. And another thing I wanted to point out is that the handlebars on the original XP, the minimum handlebar height is 2 inches lower than on the new Step-Thru. Now, one reason for this is that the tube that goes down in here, the adjustable tube, is about 2 inches longer where it goes down in, and you actually can't even put it down all the way on these markings here. It only goes down so far until it maxes out. So just something I wanted to point out, that the handlebar height on the new one, the minimum will be 2 inches higher. And I'll show you the difference in pedal height here. Like I said, it's 2 inches. The Step-Thru is on the right and the original is on the left. A 2 inch height difference. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and don't forget to comment and subscribe. Hit that bell so you don't miss any future videos, because there's going to be many more to come like this one. Check out my other videos in the playlist that I link below on these e-bikes, and I will see you guys around on the next one. Thanks for watching.